What do I say?
You just
Shani, leave meeting?
Just be quiet. No, don't leave meeting. Just agree.
Just asking me a question now. I got it. I got it. They keep asking.
I cannot.
And so Shani, anytime, it doesn't matter day or night, but Shani, giving you light and love. We're coming on without a doubt. There's nothing you can't talk about, Shani. Get ready to start the show. You're with Shani and you know we're gonna talk. Ordinary people and extraordinary God. Check the reference in Ephesians 5. We walking in the light and we're living in love. You know with Shani we gon' keep it intact. Cause every Monday got it coming. Yeah, we coming right back. So act like you know we get it on and poppin' at the Shani Show. You can talk to Shani anytime. It doesn't matter day or night. Shani, we're giving you light and love. We're coming on without a doubt. There's nothing you can talk about with Shani.
Welcome to another episode of the Sharing with Shani Show. I am your host, Shani, and I can't turn my video on. There we go. It's now on, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how the last 24 hours transpired. If you have been watching the show for anything, you're like, okay, where's Mika Fresh? Mika is not here tonight. Pray for Mika, right? So just keep her in prayer. Our special guest is she was not available either. Scheduling conflict, emergency, what have you. And so I went through my list and I'm like, me and Nicole have known each other since 1982. And so.
Wow.
Right. And I'm like, and we have said, we should do a show together. We should do lives together. You should come on my show. We have said this since
podcast. Yeah.
And so I cannot believe she's here. She said yes. She had nothing else to do at 8 o'clock.
And she's antisocial, but she's here with you.
You're antisocial. And let's talk about that because you're like antisocial until you are in social settings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I'm antisocial in that I'd rather be home than just out and about.
True, but you're home right now.
I am. I'm in my bed. I have a pillow tower, so we have like a nice camera set, I guess. I set it up.
You look amazing. Thank you so much for saying yes.
This is going to be so much fun. I'm excited. I love your theme song. It's giving me island vibes.
Thank you. Props to Bubba, the producer, who did my theme song a couple years ago, and Amos was so Bubba did the rap and Amos did the hook of the song. Yeah. And so we so if you ever need an original song, holla at them. Great guys. But yes, so okay. ask somebody, so okay, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. But anyway,
now I want to know.
how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
When we were starting the video, I've never done anything like this before, so I almost choked on my water. You're like, just be quiet, and I had a big mouthful of water. I almost spit it out.
So, it's so funny because right before we came on tonight, y'all, I told Nicole that I was going to read a portion of her bio. Obviously, I don't have her bio because this was like all last minute thing, and I did not want to. I always, whenever I ask somebody last minute, can you send me their bio? They get so nervous, right? Because it's like, oh, this is real, right? And I was like, I'm not going to do that to you because I just wanted, if I've known you since 1982, if I cannot introduce you in a really cool way, then we have no business being friends. So
let's hear it.
Here we go. I met Nicole in 1982 in Mrs. Edwards' second grade class in a little small town called Hancock, New York. And we've been friends ever since. And so she is a realtor in the DMV. We're both in the DMV. I'm in DC, she's in Maryland. She is a mom of 4. She's running pumpkin patches, you know. She's all over the Beltway, showing out.
Kind of chauffeur.
She is married to a great guy, Anthony Carr, and she's my best friend. And so thank you for coming on tonight, best friend.
You're welcome. Thank you for being my best friend, All right, so what are we going to talk about?
Whatever you'd like to talk about. I was like, we could talk about women issues. We could talk about parenting. We could talk about business, being entrepreneurs, being mothers. I mean, we could talk about being wives, although I'm not a wife, but I've been one. So we could talk about that.
I'll follow your lead. Let's go. Let's talk about our podcast.
The podcast and then I told her, listen, okay, so I know we're on Facebook Live, but the funny thing is, I went live. We went to lunch. So my birthday was September 30th, for those of you that don't know. And me and Nicole met for birthday lunch the week of my birthday, like the 26th or something. And we spent the afternoon together, and I went live on Instagram, and that video got like 300 people. 300 people was watching us.
That's crazy. That's pretty awesome.
Yes. And we weren't even
on there for what? We were on there for like 2 minutes. It felt like a long time, but it was not very long.
Exactly.
Got a good number of views.
You know, the chemistry was good. Everything was working well. And, you know, I thought that we did a good job.
It was fun.
It was very fun. All right, so we have 2 people watching us. If y'all could tell us, like, we have 3 people watching us.
Oh, wait, give us some hearts. Give us some hearts.
I don't know if they could do that. Can y'all heart us?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either.
They can't heart. I thought you were Facebook Live, right?
I am. Can they heart? They that's what they do? Oh, I don't know.
You should be able to comment heart. You're so used to being the host, you don't ever get to be the viewer.
Pretty much. Right. So
yeah, I think you can heart it. Give us some hearts if you can. If you can. So yeah, so if you guys that are watching could just, like, I don't know, show us some love, tell us what you like to talk about, because we'll start talking about anything, and it might not be something that you want to know or you're dealing with. So, I mean, because we can entertain ourselves. We have no problem doing so. And I'm just trying to add the pin, because when I always have to add the pin, because I don't like when the video records and it's just like my face because I'm talking. I want to see gallery view, even when you're not talking. So that's just like a little pet peeve of mine. And then I'm trying to tag you on the post because I think that's a good thing to do.
I was trying to find the post. I can't find it though.
Darielle liked the post. Thank you, Darielle. Well, you want to talk, Darielle, what would you like us to talk about? Can you put it in the chat? So we've got one person watching us, Nicole. This is so awesome.
We got an audience.
We have an audience. Yes.
I love it.
I can't even write.
What have we ever had to think about what to talk about? Like, what will we talk about next? But like your song says, you can talk to Shani about anything. I love that.
Yes.
I love your theme song. I'm a big fan of that.
Do you remember when my first book came out and I had another theme song? It was like a little ballad. Like it was
yeah.
Like, my mess.
That was cute too. But this one, I love this one. It's got it makes you feel happy. It does. It's got a happy tone to it. I'm trying to find your post. Oh, here we are. I'm watching us right now. We're live, people. That's funny.
Favorite person.
So what are we talking about? They give us who I can't see the comments. Is there a reason? How do I see them? Do I need to go on Facebook to see the comments?
You probably do have to go on Facebook to see the comments, but we don't have any comments right now.
Oh, somebody's gonna comment.
Yeah, because there's 4 people watching, and I feel like
I'm gonna say share now. Let's share it.
They should definitely make themselves known. That's the only thing about Facebook now that I don't like is the fact that, you know, when back in the day, like in the day, meaning like 2019, you could literally see who was watching, who was checking you out. You can't do that now. Like you can't see who's watching.
Because Mark Zuckerberg, he wants to cause the drama. He loves the drama.
He does love the drama.
I believe that. I think he loves the drama. So Mark, if you're listening, stop messing with people. Come on.
Right.
I remember when Facebook first came out, I used to creep me out. You'd add a picture. Nicole Carr just updated her profile, but I couldn't stand that. I would be like, oh no, everybody saw that I just changed my profile picture. I felt so seen.
You want to know something funny? And I've shared this with you before. Like you've created every social media account I've ever had.
That's very ironic.
I know.
I'm always calling you to ask me about social media.
For someone that calls themselves a pure introvert, like when MySpace was out, you remember you begged me to get on MySpace.
I still love MySpace. Where is it? Why? Bring it back.
I finally let you create my MySpace page, and then it was obsolete like a week later.
Right, then I'm like, Shani, it's all about Facebook now.
It's all about Facebook now. He was like, Shani, please get on Facebook.
But I have a friend who literally called me and she's like, Nicole, you have to get on Facebook. Everyone's over there. I'm like, over where? Like, and so I did. I got on Facebook and I'm like, okay, it was.
But who was here?
It was a social element. Just people from college, like people we knew. You know, so everyone's there. You have to go to Facebook. Everyone's there. I'm like, this is so funny. So yeah, but I felt very seen when Facebook first came out because it did tell all your business. Like, and it still does, but we are used to that now.
Yes, and
now we're like, look at me. Hi.
Does. And one of the things, like it would tell you, like if you change your relationship status, like what, like, and then like I wanted to not be married anymore on Facebook. But I didn't want people to know that I wasn't married anymore. So like I had to like privately change it. Like I had to untag.
Snuck it.
I had to untag him. And then it was just like too much. I'm like, why do we have to do all of this?
The drama. We love it.
I know what we could talk about. Let's talk about people that's on Facebook that think they have haters.
Or just people in life who think they have haters. As if we're sitting around all day just hating on you. Nothing else to do.
Right.
Man.
For all y'all haters out there.
For all you haters.
Anytime I see a post like that, I'm like, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Where are the haters?
I don't think I have haters. Like, and then are these people, do they know who their haters are? I'm always wondering that.
I think their haters might be internal.
Ooh,
Yeah.
say more.
It's deep because they think they've got haters. They feel like people are judging them, and it's really they're judging themselves. And so here they go, haters this, haters that. Either they are judging themselves, or they're just trying to hide that they want attention, and that's why they're doing it.
I think it's all about attention. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Haters gonna hate. You know?
Haters gonna hate.
Which is true. So why talk about them?
Right.
Right? Why do we have to make our posts about the hater?
Because I honestly, like, I'm not saying that everybody likes me, but someone told me this once, like, everybody likes you, Shani. Like, they said it like in a really condescending way.
Oh.
But I don't think that, I don't know any, I know I probably have haters out there. I just don't know who they are.
And you don't care who they are, I don't think either. Yeah. You don't care. But even if someone said crazy things about you and it came back to you, you would not like approach them.
No, I would be like, what? So you said what about what? Like, no. that is just not me.
You don't give them a chance to be haters.
I'm really good at ignoring people.
And
like, okay, for instance, ignoring people in a good way, right? Like, I never take it personal. Okay, so I shared this. When I used to blog, I think I wrote a blog about it. This was years ago. So I'm on the bus and I sit down and the woman starts, she's going in. She's calling me the B word. Like, she's just like.
And you don't know her?
I don't know her for anything, right? And so everybody, and she's getting, and as the bus is moving along, she's getting more aggressive and more angry and more anxious, right? And I'm just sitting there with my work bag, and I'm just sitting there. I don't even think I was on my phone, right? And there's this woman like diagonal from me, and she's giving me eye contact, and I feel like if something is going to pop off, this woman is going to help me, right? like she's got my back. She don't know me. I don't know her either, right? And she was like, because so then the bus stopped and she says, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm good." She said, "She's talking to you." I said, "Oh, she's talking to me." Listen.
But she couldn't be talking to me.
Like, stuff like that I know it bothers a lot of people, right? But it did not, it literally did not bother me that this lady she was going in. She's like, "B, I didn't tell you to sit down next to me. The F you think you are." Like, she was going in.
The bus.
Right. And then she pulls the string for next stop, right? And I was prepared. I was already preparing myself to get her out. She was in the inside. I was on the aisle. She was at the window. And before the bus could stop, she says, "Move, B." Like, she was so aggressive, right?
Oh my goodness.
And the woman gets off the bus, right? She gets off the bus and she's walking down the street and she had one shoe on.
Oh,
that explains everything.
Right.
It explains everything. Let me tell you how like everything came into context when I saw her with one shoe, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had to ride the bus with one shoe, I'd be cursing too.
Two shoes are important. Stay steady. You know you. Oh, and who knows where she was mentally, right?
Mental, but whatever. But all I know is that I wrote a blog about we're one bad day away from one shoe. Like,
I remember that, yeah.
Right? Like that was like the bit, like
But it's so true because
It is.
life is hard. It's hard out here for a pimp. Speaking of pimps,
You know it. Look, you know, I won't sing
we
this.
both, I feel like this will be a great time. So people can get to know you. I can do less talking. The symbolism in Hustle and Flow. We both love this movie, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I love that movie.
concept of a 40-year-old pimp having a midlife crisis. I mean,
Yes. Well, everybody has them, you know?
everybody has them. And he was like, you know, I mean, it's so many things in that movie. Like, you know, you're never too old to chase after your dream, right? If you don't do what you feel like you're called to do, you can end up in a midlife crisis, right?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
It was so many factors in there. Oh, we do have people. Okay, so Brian said, hey,
Tyreen.
says Nicole Carr is pretty. Tyreen Maddox said,
Aww.
hey, ladies. And then he said imaginary haters.
All my haters out there.
All my haters out there.
And just for the haters.
So, I'm gonna switch. We're all over the place. Let's talk about, Nicole, entrepreneurship.
Sure.
Because you're your own boss. You've been in real estate for a long time. What do you like about it?
I mean, not that long. This is my 4th year. So I have to, I'm renewing my license for the 2nd time in March. So that'll be my 4th year. Yeah, so not that long. What I love best about it, I love the freedom, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because you really don't have a lot of, some people don't consider it freedom because you're always on call 24/7, but it's freedom because you get to decide, you know, how many clients you take on, when you're working. Of course, you have to accommodate your clients, but it's still flexible. So with all the kiddos, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I
think we went into entrepreneurship around the same time.
Around the same time, because you were doing settlements when I started Practical Partners.
Yep.
And then you know, like we were besties, and then we were like business besties.
Yes, we used to talk about all the time. Yeah.
Yes, and it's just, and I would say the same, that you know there is freedom in being your own boss, where you get to decide yes or no, right?
Yeah.
And I think you're like always like, you and Ty are like my 1 and 2 people. If I create something that I bounce the idea off either one of you. And just the idea of like, oh my goodness, I created this and it made money. Like,
yeah,
I love that.
I produce my own income. Like I created my own opportunity. That's the thing about it. Yeah. I didn't have to go sit at a desk 9 to 5 or whatever the designated hours are and, you know, beat the drum for some other company and make $100 a day, basically after taxes. Right.
Right.
But that's where I was. I mean, I don't have a college degree. I don't have anything but licensing. So that's what you have.
Yeah. I love that. I feel like a lot of times we don't realize that we have everything inside of us. Like when, you know, like everything that we need, we already possess.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love is just tapping into like what's already been created in us and using that to build. I think that's just right. And then it was so funny when you first started doing real estate, and you were like, I love drafting the contracts. I was like,
I'm a paperwork nerd. Yes. That's why I love settlements. I don't know what it is. I just love when something is completed and it's correct. And I never was like that ever. So I don't know where that came from. I'm not a very organized person, but I love a nice, clean loan package, everything done. Makes me happy. I don't know what it is. It's so funny. But yeah, I do. I think now I don't really like writing contracts so much because I understand it now. So before I was learning it more. So it's exciting because you're learning something new every single contract you're writing. You're learning something new, and I'm still learning new things. But to me, I think the most exciting thing now, I love to show houses. I love to go out and show houses. I love to help sellers get their house sold, and make it easy for them. I just like working with clients. It's my social life. That is my social life.
And you meet so many different people.
I love it. Yes. Yep.
So
and you connect with them.
For those that are potentially looking to buy a house or sell a house, like you hear so many times, you hear this phrase. And so what does this phrase mean? It's a buyer's market or it's a seller's market. Can you break that down for us?
Well, I mean, right now we're in the seller's market and we have been for a couple of years since COVID struck, it took off. So we're still in the seller's market. That just means there are less houses for sale than there are buyers who want to buy them.
So the competition is like really high.
Yep.
Want to buy
There's high demand, low supply. And the pool of buyers is really big right now because interest rates are still low. So people are trying to rush and get out there before the rates change. Like no one knows what'll happen. So people get afraid. They want to move now because they feel like if they don't make a move now, they might get priced out, or the interest rates may go up. That's what's driving the market right now. People want to get in with a hand, and not enough sellers are selling because those sellers then will have to turn around and find somewhere else to buy. Enter into that buyer's market that they're reaping the benefits of. So
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what would be like the number one thing for someone that is looking to buy a house? What should they consider?
As far as, what do you mean consider?
Well, what should they before they come to you, right?
Their first steps. I think first steps, connect with a good real estate agent. They can lead you to the lender that will best suit you. You apply for your loan, get pre-qualified. That's really important. Once you're pre-qualified and we have a green light from a lender, then we can go out and start looking at houses and, getting into start putting offers in.
So that's good. So break that down. Why is that step most important, the pre-qualification?
You want to get pre-qualified so first of all, how much house can you buy? How much can I afford? Maybe you're in a situation where you think you're ready, but you're not ready. So you're going to have to take some steps. You may need to wait a few more months or a year or two, or maybe you think you qualify for more than you actually do qualify for. So it's important to know what your buying power is before you go out into the market and start making offers.
Okay. So because I think a lot of people try to skip over steps, and I think it's important for you to understand why that's important. Also, Nicole's being very generous and nice now, but don't waste people's time. If you're not qualified, if you're not pre-qualified and you're not going to be able to buy the house and you just going out all willy-nilly, that's a waste of time.
Oh yeah. And we do, my husband's a real estate agent too. So we'll get people who I think they're for YouTube or something. They'll go into these big, huge houses and they'll say, oh, they're not going to buy anything. They disappear and they'll start taking pictures, videos. So some people just want to get into the houses. But most people genuinely do. They want to buy. They just don't know that they're not qualified. Okay. Or, the other thing with this market, you have to be pre-qualified because if you're not, say you walk out, you get with a real estate agent. I'll show you houses. We'll spend a weekend looking at houses. You'll find one that you love. You'll want to make an offer on it. Offers are going to be due, Monday morning or whatever the deadline is, and you don't have a pre-qualification letter. So then you want to get pre-qualified in a rush. The lender can either pre-qualify you, they might say no to you, but if you're not prepared, you're not ready to submit an offer. We have to have a pre-qualification letter to get that offer to the listing agent so they can present it to the seller. Okay. Because it's not a real offer unless you can show the money. Right.
Show the money. Where the money reside. You saw that.
Where the money at? Look.
Where the money at? So This is very helpful. So thank you so much for watching. I think we should talk about what is really important. I'm bouncing around until people give me a question. But at 39 years of friendship, that's a really good topic that we could like introduce. Like how, like a lot of people say, how are you still friends with somebody from second grade? So I'm going to present the question to you first.
Well, because it's Shani, it's you. That's why. Look, I am literally not friends with anyone else from second grade. Okay. I'm not. I mean, I still have Facebook friends. I still love the people that we grew up with. I do. Anyone who was ever my friend, I still love them in my heart. They're still my friend, right? That's just how I am. But it's because you keep that connection alive. I think with like Heather, you're still friends with Heather since what, second grade? So
we were trying to figure out. I actually did not. I was not friends with Heather in second grade. We don't know when we became friends, but we landed on after like back and forth for like 2 hours. And Heather,
brownies.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we decided that we started being friends in 4th grade.
I think so. Brownies. That was brownies, right? And we would walk to the church.
Yes. Remember when we walked to the church and my picture was on a can?
You're killing me. Yes, I do. I do. That was Aunt Annie's store.
You put all your change in the can.
I gave you all my change.
And you were like, but it was so
That's
funny.
all I had.
It was so funny because you're reading the can at the register and you were like, on October 29th, 1985, Patricia Kennard and her daughter Shani. And you're like, my friend!
I read the can, but I saw your picture.
It was about me.
I didn't realize it was you until I read it.
Yes, until you saw my name on the can.
They didn't have your picture on there? I thought they did.
It was a picture of the house. It was a picture of the birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's so funny. I just busted out laughing. We were so inappropriate.
We so were.
Yeah.
So we got a question, Nicole. We got a real estate question. Brian wants to know, what's the most expensive house you've ever sold?
$5 million. No, I'm joking. I wish $5 million.
Say, you didn't tell me that.
No. I'm telling a story. That's a story. That is the future.
Yes,
let me see.
$5 million house. And
actually, the most expensive house that I've ever sold would be one that they just got their house delivered. They bought a new build. I sold my one of my old coworkers. She was my supervisor. She said, "Let's go look at this model home." I was on Instagram and she saw me and she's like, "Hey, let's go look at this house. I want to see it." So actually, no. She sent me a picture of it. I said, "Hey, do you want me to get you in there?" It was COVID. And I'm like, maybe I can get us in there to look at it. So we went and we looked at the model home and it's gorgeous. And they just got their house. They just moved in last week.
What?
So that house was almost $1 million.
So it was already built?
No, they had to wait.
They had to build it from the ground up.
Yeah. So once they bought that, we decided they sold their house in Columbia. So we sold that one. They stayed with parents until it was built. And it took 8 months, I think. From the time they signed the contract till the delivery. They just got it. So yeah, almost $1 million.
That's cool. So
it's a really great neighborhood. I love it. It's such a beautiful house.
You will sell a $5 million house to me. So we're
there we go.
Speaking into
there
it.
We go.
We're gonna sell like 50 million copies of the book behind me as soon as
we go. I love it. Yeah.
As soon as I finish writing it.
Yes. And then I'll sell you your mansion, darling.
Right.
In Bethesda.
Right.
Or Potomac.
Because I have like 3 podcasts in my head that I want to do, and like somebody will buy it.
You're gonna need a studio.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna need a pool so I can come swim.
Right.
You're going to need all the things.
All
guest quarters.
Right.
Yeah. And I look at $1 million. I look at them all the time because I always search, because we have 4 kids. So my search is Howard County, Montgomery County, 5+ bedrooms. with a pool. And that's all my criteria. And there's usually like maybe 30 properties around there, but I look at them like every week. It's so funny.
It's fun to look like, I look at
$12 million.
right and dream. Do you know, speaking of houses, guess whose house is up for sale?
Who?
If you want to live in Potomac,
Who?
Bradley Beal, he plays for the Wizards, and he just put his Potomac, Maryland house up for sale.
Wow. He didn't even call me.
He
Look.
did not. Like, he should be ashamed of himself.
He lost out. I don't even know Bradley Beal. That's so bad.
You know, I keep
But
up
I
with
know the Wizards.
I don't know people.
Where'd you hear that news?
On Channel 4 News.
You keep up with everything. I don't know how you do it.
I love pop culture. I love info. I love information. I like going down rabbit holes and finding information. And then, you know, I just like that. And then I like that my partner likes that too.
You're an investigator.
Yes. I'm an Enneagram 5. That means that's what an Enneagram 5 is an investigator.
I
was gonna
is that a personality test?
Yes. It's like a personality skill set aligned with your spiritual gifts, kind of all that.
I need to get my hands on this test.
Just send it to you.
Yay.
Yeah.
That can be our next show. We can do
Absolutely.
The what test? Enneagram?
Enneagram, yeah. I should have got some water.
And
I always tell my guests that come on, pretend that we're at your favorite restaurant in your hometown city, having your favorite drink, eating your favorite food. And I didn't get water. I had ice, but look what I've been using like every day.
Oh, yay. I love it. And it keeps everything either hot or cold. I love those.
So for those that don't know, Nicole gave me this for my birthday. And it is
an insulated wine glass.
It's my favorite cup. Oh, your cousin said you should do we should have a comedy show. So
we should. Oh my goodness, we should. Wait, I want to know, where are you? So you said your favorite restaurant.
Where am I? Oh my gosh, my favorite restaurant would probably be in the DMV. I'm gonna say I can't pick. El Tamarino. It's in Adams Morgan.
I've never been there.
It's a Mexican restaurant, and they have really good margaritas.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So Barb said, Tara's watching too. So Barb said that we should have a comedy show. And shout out to Barb. She gave me my very first job. I was a dishwasher.
Yeah, so that's my favorite hometown restaurant.
Yes.
Bake shop.
Bake shop. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's still
chicken parm sub. That was my order almost every time I went there.
I don't remember that, but I remember the baked goods. I remember the peanut butter blossoms. I remember like every single cookie, and like I ate every cookie in there like every day.
They were good.
They were
had
so
easy access to the cookies.
Yes, and the pizza was good too.
Yeah, the pizza was really good. Yeah,
those were the good old days, Nicole.
I know.
Start singing.
You should start singing.
Birthday cup filled with what? Actually, Tara, there's nothing in the cup. My cup is empty. It's always a margarita. Yes, it's always a margaritas are good. Now, you know what I like? And then we had Barb had a Christmas party at her house. And I think she made Easter pizza. I had never had Easter pizza before, but that was phenomenal.
It's the bomb. And hers is the best. I don't know how she does it.
I don't know.
I think that she doesn't tell me the whole, I'm telling you, I think she's leaving something out because her eggs are so, Easter pizza is dough. It's dough, cheese, meat, eggs in layers. And it's
it is so good.
Like think of an omelet with like all Italian, like hot ham, pepperoni, and cheese. That's really good with crust.
So Tara
But her eggs are the smoothest. There's no air bubbles in the middle. I don't know how that she does it.
So
There's a secret. I know.
So Barb says we were both challenging. I don't remember being challenging. I know okay, full disclosure, and I never got fired, and that was based because of God's grace. But I would go down, so I was a dishwasher, so I had to wash I had to wash the towels and the dish rags. And I would go down to the basement, and who the hell put the rocket chair down there? We don't know, but
it was a trap. That was
everywhere. And I still to this day can sleep anywhere. And I would literally, because I was a tad bit lazy when I was 16, but I saw no point in going back upstairs. So I would wait till the washing machine was done to put the stuff in the dryer and then go back upstairs. But in the meantime, I would fall asleep in the rocket chair.
Barb should have put a camera. They should have put a camera down there.
I'm telling all the business.
I remember. I think I was a hard worker. I think I was, but I just talked I still do. I just talk way too much.
The only thing I couldn't do right in that whole year, I was like the last one of our friend group to get a job. Everybody was working at either McDonald's or they were babysitting. No one let me babysit their kids. I don't know why.
Nobody let me babysit. Nobody ever asked me to babysit. No one asked me to babysit either.
Which was fine. I mean, I wasn't like a really, maternal person back then. Like I wasn't supposed to have kids. Here I go have 5. So, but anyway.
You're funny.
Anyway, so when I got the call, the summer of senior year, I was so excited. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I have a job. But I could not clean the daggone dough maker thing. That big silver thing, I always got in trouble for that.
The hook, the dough hook.
Yeah, it was a mess. But anyway.
I didn't like washing that either. That thing was gigantic. Yes.
It was so huge.
Yeah. And then Miss Judy with her sour cream cakes, and all the pans. Oh, these are hot. So funny.
Oh, so
that was a hard job though. Washing dishes is not a joke.
So Tara's asking, was Jesus's face on the Easter pizza? That I don't remember. I just remember how good it was.
I saw it. I doubt that Jesus' face was on the Easter pizza. If you look close enough though, you might have saw it.
You know why it's called Easter pizza, Nicole?
I don't know. Because we eat it at Easter.
But this was a Christmas party. I'm confused.
Yeah, I think maybe she just made it because it was like, it's a specialty. You know what I mean?
Oh, speaking of food, you want to know what else Barb made that was like freaking phenomenal? Buffalo chicken dip.
Barb made that?
I believe so. Barb, did you make that?
Why wasn't I at the Christmas party? I don't remember the Christmas party.
Were you working at the bake shop then?
Was I not invited to the Christmas party?
I don't know. I know it was a Christmas tree up, and it was Christmas, and we had Secret Santa. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh.
It might not be the right memory, but that's what I remember.
Maybe I just didn't go because I didn't clean my room. So I probably I wasn't allowed out.
Mary Lou Retton cleans her room.
I'm sure. She had lots of time on her hands, All
right. So that's a little inside joke. So for those that you don't know, so Nicole came over to my house one day, and my mother decided that it would be a good time to embarrass me in front of my company. She comes in the room, and I don't know what was said, but then I had a autograph poster of Mary Lou Retton after she won all those gold medals in the 1984 Olympics. And she was doing this like speaker tour, and she came to my mom's job and autographed her poster that was inside the Reedy's box. So if you got a Wheaties box back then, you would get a poster. But anyway, so she was giving them away. Like, you get a card. Like, you know, she was the first one to do that. But it was a poster. It wasn't a card. Right.
I didn't know it was signed though. I didn't know.
Yes, it was signed. Like, yeah. And so my mother came home. She made a big deal about it. We put the poster up. And then she's like, I bet you Mary Lou Retton cleans her room. I mean, you can't win 7 gold medals and have a dirty room, according to my mother.
And she wasn't like, because my mom would yell at me, you know, your mom was more like, she came in, she looked around. She's like, aren't you not going to clean your room up or something? Like, she said something like that first. And you must have said something to her. And then she's like, I bet Mary Lou Retton cleans her room.
Yes.
I bet. I'm like, she was just so matter of fact about it. I'm like, you weren't in trouble. So
I wasn't in trouble. My mother made statements. She made statements to make you think. You know, like she told my former husband, you know, here in the Western Hemisphere, we use forks.
We use utensils here in the Western Hemisphere.
Like, my mother was so matter of fact.
Yes, to the point. That's why I'm like, why is she getting upset? Because my mom would have been yelling at me.
Yeah.
You need to clean your room out.
In the moment, you don't appreciate. I didn't appreciate my mother's wit. She was very witty. I didn't appreciate
It's true. We don't appreciate our parents when we're that age. We don't. For who they really, you know, who they are. We don't appreciate for the things they're trying to do for us. So
yeah,
I'm sure my kids feel the same way.
That probably, and it's funny because then I started to become my mother, right? Like when my mother taught me and Ronnie, so she says, my mother comes in from work one day, and I don't even know how Ronnie was at her house. I didn't even live with my mother then, but she says, I can't even get the story out. I'm trying to find Jim. So Jim was her supervisor at her job, right? Was a really nice guy, right? Lived with his mom, but she's like, I'm trying to find Jim a girlfriend, and it's going to be difficult because he's a nice man, but he's a little bit hydrocephalic. And we was like,
what is hydrocephalic?
An oversized head that's filled with water.
I've never heard that before. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. What's the word again? I already forgot it.
Hydro.
What?
Hydro meaning water.
Right.
Cephalic meaning the circumference of your head.
Hydrocephalic.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
you're like, what?
And Ronnie took that word and like incorporated it. Made it. I mean, like, if we call Ronnie right now, she would be like, Miss Pat gave me a new word.
Hydrocephalic. Okay.
Yes.
You got to use it 3 times, and then it's in your vocabulary, in your lexicon.
Okay, so wait a minute. So, Easter pizza at Christmas. Yeah, it was really good. Anyway,
everybody wanted it. It was highly desired.
That they had Christmas parties every year. And Brian said that probably went over his head. It definitely.
What was he talking about?
He's talking about my ex, not understanding what my mother said. In the Western Hemisphere, people use forks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And
I'm
no,
sure.
It didn't.
Or maybe he didn't, but what are you gonna say to that? Like,
I didn't touch it because he kept eating with his hands. So that's a whole nother story.
He was Brian, you were right. On point. Funny.
Hilarious.
That is funny. Oh, Tara said your mother was a direct coach.
She really was. She was
your life coach.
She was my life coach.
Yeah.
So, but 40 years of friendship, Nicole. What? And you said
no, 39 years of friendship.
Okay.
39. Because yes,
39.
I'm not a year older.
I think we should go. I think we should have a party next year.
We should go on a cruise.
We should COVID. I don't want to go. I don't want to cruise.
We could charter a yacht.
We could go. I mean, we could go. I never liked cruises before COVID. Post COVID, like, how are we gonna eat? Like, what are they doing? Can somebody go on the cruise and take pictures so I can see, like, how are y'all eating? What's going on?
How's it going out there at sea?
Because I remember when COVID first came, and like that cruise ship was like sitting in the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot. True. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure out something else.
I think we should go take a trip.
A road trip.
Oh my goodness, we could be like Oprah and Gail. You know, they've been road tripping all summer.
Oh my goodness.
You're an Oprah insider.
Oh, they've been road tripping this summer?
Yeah, so if you're an Oprah insider, apparently you pay like $20 to be an Oprah insider, and you get a surprise knock at your door, and it's Oprah and Gail.
Get out of here.
Yes. I mean, I am going on a book tour next summer, but I can squeeze our 40th anniversary trip in there.
We can work it in, that's right. Where do you have to go? Where are you going good?
Well, where am I going good?
We can drive. Let's do a road trip.
Well, I am, all of the places I'm going is good.
These are all of the places. Thelma and Louise, Ty said.
To be like, I'm Charlotte. I'm hitting Charlotte, Charleston, Florida. I gotta hit the Bahamas.
Let's go to Florida.
Alabama. Ooh. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas,
California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio,
New York,
Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin,
Wyoming. If the United States don't play with us, we still know that song.
Oh, that's so bad that we know that. Look. And we can say all the states in order.
In order.
I wish, like, if I could be on Jeopardy and that would be a question, I would just knock it out of the park. Okay.
We would totally win.
I don't think I'd win, but that question would be all mine.
Oh, Ty said, or Thelma and Louise. We could totally do.
I saw her.
Hi, Larissa. Thank you for watching.
She said, but don't.
She said, robots. What? Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? I don't want to be a robot.
It was programmed into us, 5th grade. It was torturous, actually. It was torture.
Because the rhythm, and you know, I didn't have rhythm. I still don't have rhythm. And I think they were looking at me because it was like, this Black girl's supposed to have rhythm. I didn't. And so when Mrs. Gisaldi stopped her foot on the New York part and we wasn't getting it, I know it now.
She did that. She just stopped her foot. And then Mrs. Kolakowski had the high note.
Yes, the high note. Why did we do that? Did we do that like it was a program? Like, why did we do that?
It was the program. It was like the holiday. I don't know what it was for, but yeah, I don't know. It was torturous. It was torturous. I think Rochelle knows that song too.
Rochelle, do you? They were crazy. One more time. She said one more time.
See, she knows, yeah, because she was a year below us, so she knows.
She knows that song.
Oh, they were horrible. So mean.
So I've done that, you know, periodically throughout my parenting. And it was cool the first time. They were like, oh my goodness, my mom is so cool. She knows the 50 states in alphabetical order. But now it's not so cool. Now they're like, yeah. So
the novelty wears off fast.
It does.
Yeah. You only get one time. but I can go through. I know them all alphabetical order. I think it's a good thing to know.
I mean,
I don't know the capitals, but I do know the
handy.
states. Yes.
I don't know capitals, but that would be fun to go. Oh, Barb said she would be our road manager if we did a road trip.
Should take this on the road, she said. We should do a podcast or something.
We should do something. Nicole,
or a TikTok channel.
Look, and the hour is over. Didn't that go by fast?
Wow. We didn't talk about anything. That was great. Look.
It was the show about nothing. It was our version of Seinfeld.
It was Seinfeld. Yes. It was Seinfeld level quality too, I think.
I agree.
Yes.
Nicole,
that
for real though, I thank you for coming on tonight. If you're looking for a house, if you're looking, I mean, she does it all. Where can people contact you?
You can tag my social media. That's probably the easiest place, and all my contact info is on my social media profiles. So
Nicole Carr.
Really easy to find me, Nicole Carr.
She said, Rochelle said, I see people a lot less funny are comedians. No, Rochelle is hilarious.
Rochelle has no idea though how much you know that.
I don't know if she knows this, but she is freaking funny.
She is, yes. She's probably my funniest cousin.
Yeah,
really funny.
Who's my funniest cousin? I can't say out loud. They might get mad, but I think I'm funny.
You are funny.
Yeah,
and fun.
Thank you.
Yes, you're both fun and funny at the appropriate times.
And you know what? We spent a whole hour together and did not use an accent. I think that is showing our growth and maturity.
I think I broke into English a couple times. I switch on and off.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
I think I said darling. Darling, yes.
Darling.
Well, let's end with some accents. Come on, let's go. Give me your best accent.
You know, I always default to country because I love it. But
are you even Southern?
No, I'm not Southern. I'm a Northerner. I'm a damn Yankee.
A Yankee. She's a Yankee. That's like down in the deep South.
The deep South.
Yeah, they talk more down here from the throat, I think. It's way bad because it's a drawl.
It's a drawl.
But then when you get like into, Kentucky, then like Kentucky, it's all more right here in the front of the mouth. Kentucky. You go into Kentucky, that'd be a good place to drive. It's Kentucky.
Yeah, let's drive through it. We're not stopping.
She's like, there's nothing for us there. Aw. Yeah. We got lots of comments and we got lots of viewers. I'm happy. That was fun.
It was fun. I appreciate you, Nicole. Anytime people want to cancel, you should come on.
I should. Just call me.
Just call you.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. We should end with a song. And if you threw a party,
inviting everyone you knew. I don't know. I can't go up that high. Have you seen the guy who does the whole, like he riffs the whole thing?
No.
I'll send it to you. But anyway, go ahead. You start singing. I'll join you.
And if you threw a party. You're not going to sing it.
Go ahead, you sing it. I'm waiting for you.
I thought I was passing it over to you.
Start from the beginning. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, inviting everyone. You got to do the.
You want to see the biggest gift would be from me.
And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I can't see that. That's not a very pretty heart I did. But you know what I mean.
I love you.
That was not the greatest, but we'll do it again later.
We will. Thank you so much.
I love you.
I love you more. The Sharing with Shani Show highlights ordinary people working for extraordinary God, sharing love, light, and life. We air every Monday night on Facebook Live. The replay will be on YouTube. November 1st, we come back. We have like 7 shows left before the end of the year break, and we will be talking to Heidi Ivy. She's got a hyphenated name. I forgot it right now, so we're just going with the last name. Heidi Ivy will be our special guest next Monday night. Thank you. God bless you, and peace.